Hey everybody, welcome back to a sunny Kinfolk Farm. Appreciate you guys stopping by. My name is Shane. Today, short little video, just talking about our muscadines. Well, I've been having a lot of questions about what we should be doing with our muscadines at this time of the year. It's the end of September, just about to be into October. As you can see, the leaves are starting to turn, the leaves are starting to change. Fall is in the air. And I just want to answer some questions that you guys have been giving me about what we should be doing this time of year. Actually, this is the easiest time of year for your muscadines because all the grapes are picked. All the grapes are off the vine. We completely cleared out all the grapes on these first 5 rows because these are 4-year-old plants and all these are 2-year-old plants. They put on a little this year, but next year should really be plentiful, hopefully. But at this time of year, guys, September coming into October, it's time to take a break. We shouldn't have to do anything. Right now, we're not watering, we're not pruning, we're not fertilizing, we're not doing anything. The harvest is over. All you want your plants to do now is rest. Let them harden off for the winter, let them drop their leaves, and leave them alone. We're not doing anything else until February. You shouldn't do anything. I emphasize anything to your plants between September coming into October. It's winter. It's almost winter. Winter's coming. These guys need to rest. We're going to let them harden off right now and get ready for the upcoming winter. Now, one thing you can be doing that I say this every time on every video about this time of year is you should be building your trellises. For you guys in the South that want to grow muscadines, you can go back and watch my playlist and some of my muscadine videos to see how we did this year. We had an excellent year this year. Just to not be even, we didn't pick hardly any off. There was just a few plants we got grapes off of. Next year should really do well for this side of the vineyard. But these guys right here, just these 5 rows, and then the small 6 rows over here in front of our chicken pasture, in front of our chicken coop, we bagged up 45 gallons of grapes for us just to make wine and jelly and stuff like that throughout the winter. And we probably ate that much. We eat grapes every day, all day. When we went to bed, we snack on grapes at night. When I go to work, I eat about 1 gallon a day, believe it or not. I pick them in the evening, we eat some, and I take them to work. Because I'm a trucker, it's a nice, healthy snack that I can stay away and do my job. I love muscadines. We probably eat that many. And at the end of the season, towards the end of the season, we had a big barbecue. I smoked a big barbecue butt from pigs that we raised last year. And we had a bunch of my wife's friends from work come down, eat barbecue, drink wine. We invited all the neighbor farms around us to come out, their families. We had a yard full of people, and we told them to pick all they wanted. So they came out with laundry baskets, 5-gallon buckets, and I mean they picked and they picked and they picked, and we had an absolute ball. I know that sun's blasting. And also my neighbor next door, super good friend of mine, I told him, I said, you let those folks at church know, they're always asking him to bring grapes to church and give them. I said, you tell them to come out here and they can pick all they want. Clean us out, because the more they pick, the less I have to pick to clean my vines off. I don't like to leave grapes on the vine to rot. I've picked up somewhere that you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to knock all your grapes off and not let them rot on the vine. I heard that somewhere and it stuck in my mind. I can't remember where I heard it, but I try to clean all my vines off and do not let any rotten grapes stay on my vine. Not sure if it's bad for your grapes or not. Like I say, somewhere I heard that and it stuck with me. But he brought all his folks from church. They would bring cars out here. There'd be some in this pasture, some in the other vineyard, just picking. And I mean, they brought out laundry baskets, and there was a few that came like 3-4 days in a row, and they kept, are you sure we can have? I said, have all you want, clean them out, we're done. I've eaten all I can eat. Our freezer, we had to buy another deep freezer because we filled up all the freezers. We bought a giant deep freezer, and it's already half full of grapes. So we are loaded. The grapes really did well this year. So what I really want to say to you guys is this is the time of year where you don't touch the grapes. You really don't have to do anything. It's time to take a break unless you want to grow some grapes. start putting in your trellis right now. It's super easy. I got videos. Go check out my playlist, my muscadine playlist, and you'll see videos of us putting in our trellises. And it is really, really easy to put your trellises in. This fall and winter, start ordering your plants. I'll let you know where to get your plants from here in just a second. But start getting your end posts, start getting your T-posts, your wire, your irrigation, start getting all that stuff. For you guys like me that are on a budget, I would have to get a little every weekend. When I started with these end posts, they're expensive. I think they were like 15 bucks a piece back then. They're probably way more now. But I would buy 5 on the weekend, put them in, 5 the next weekend, put them in, 5 until I had all my end posts. Then I'd start buying my T-posts. I did a little every weekend to get all this done. It took me 3 years. For you new folks that are popping in, 3 years to do this. But you can do just a couple of rows and be loaded with grapes. You don't have to have a lot of yard. You can have a small little tiny yard and grow grapes. If you're down here in the South, they grow really, really well, really, really easy to grow. You really don't have to put a lot of work into it. You don't have to have irrigation. I met some folks the other day that were out picking their grapes. So I pulled in and stopped to talk to them for a minute and asked them how they were doing their grapes, because I was just curious. They didn't do any irrigation. They just let them do what they wanted to do. They pruned them every year. That is super huge to prune them in February, which I got videos on that. But they got tons of grape this year, tons of them. And I just want to emphasize to you guys that these things are super easy to grow. Very, very tough plant. Like I say again, easy to grow, and they put on tons of fruit. Just tons of fruit. I'm obsessed with my muscadines. And as you can see, we left a few grapes on. I tried to still get them all off. They were everywhere this year. There's some that's still coming out. I'm gonna eat that one. That's still a good one. But anyway, guys, go get your trellises put up. This is the time to start doing it. It's cooling off. The weather's finally getting right to go and put your trellises up and get ready to order you some muscadines. Well, for you guys that are truly interested in growing some grapes, they grow all the way up. I've heard them grown all the way up into Northern Virginia. So as long, sort of the rule of thumb is if the weather gets below 0 degrees, you can have a tough time in the winter. You can have a tough time growing muscadine grapes. They're really, really a heat tolerant type grape. They love the South. They love this hot, hot, humid weather. All right, for you guys that are interested in getting muscadines, go check out Ison's Nursery. They do have an online catalog, or you can go and request a paper catalog and get yourself, look at these we missed. Oh, I thought we cleaned the vines out. Look at that. All right. Go check out Ison. Sorry. I can't pass those up. Go to Ison's, get you request a catalog, buy you some muscadines. Start building your trellises now. Get ready to put you some muscadines in. They're super easy. If you have any questions, you can ask Ison's, or you can ask me in the comments below, or you can email me, kinfolkfarmofgeorgia@gmail.com. All right, well, like I said, this is a short little video. This is the time of year where you don't do anything. From September coming in October, we're letting our plants harden off. The leaves are starting to fall. Leave them alone. Don't water, fertilize, don't prune, don't do anything. The next thing you're going to want to do on your plants, you will not have to do until February, and that's start pruning again. So this is the time to take a break and enjoy your harvest. And for you guys that have muscadines, I hope you had a great year as I did. Because we had an absolute fantastic year. The plants really took off this year. Seemed like they took off a little later in the year. I thought I had such slow growth. Of course, I had deer eating at a lot of my leaves. They were eating a lot of my leaves this year. You can see this one that they cleaned out. They just come and pick all the leaves off closer to the woods. These vines closer to the woods, they cleaned them out. But anyway, love you guys to death. Thanks so much for checking out my video. Go get you some vines. Put in your trellis, check out Ison's Nursery, get you a catalog, get you some plants. Love you guys to death, and we'll see you on the next video. And perfect time to get ready to start your vineyard. You don't really... How come I can't get past this?